Cover the badge, and you might not guess this is a Honda.
Well, it is. In one short model year, the Honda Pilot transformed from Minecraft Boxmobile to sultry dynamo. But unlike Ed Hardy shirts and purebred dogs, beneath this stylish exterior lies exceptional intelligence.
There's an obvious grab handle for easy third row access. The third row reclines, second row reclines and slides. There's a power second row option that makes getting into the third row a push button affair. The center console is large and features a handy sliding storage tray. It's very easy to reposition the multi-level cargo cover. The seats fold with zero confusion, and when you do, they create a completely flat load floor, with the exception of this 7-passenger Elite trim. You got this little area right here. There's more than enough space for an average-sized adult in each row, one behind the other. The seats sit high enough that you can easily fit your feet underneath, maximizing available leg space. And there's more cup holders and storage nooks than most families could possibly use.
Brimming with simple, logical solutions, it's clear Honda put lots of thought into the pilot's cabin. That kind of thoughtfulness extends elsewhere. For example, the power liftgate controls.
There's a physical barrier between the lock and lift buttons, having mistaken one for another in quite a few SUVs. This little bit of plastic is brilliant.
Tempering our praise are some shortcomings. Cargo space behind the third row is slightly smaller than the old Pilot. If you want an 8-passenger Honda with abundant cargo space, try the Odyssey minivan. Speaking of 8-passenger seating, you can fit 3 adults in the Pilot's third row, but it doesn't take long for things to get uncomfortable. Lastly, for some reason, the top-tier Elite trim only comes in a 7-passenger configuration with second-row captain's chairs.
Okay, one other bit of weirdness. The noise that happens when you open the rear hatch is weirdly loud. Aside from the 5-inch screen in the base model, all Pilots get this, a sleek-looking 8-inch touchscreen, which looks wonderful, but has a couple of flaws. One, it's impressively smudge-prone, as you'll notice there. Two, if you look at the source information, it's not clear which source is available and which one is not. And three, there's no volume knob. And I know you're going to say, Micah, just use the steering wheel controls, you idiot. Yeah, I could do that, but if I want to scream at my children, it's much easier just to rotate a knob. Plus, it's a family car. It's not unlikely that the front passenger is going to want to adjust the infotainment system themselves. All that said, if you understand its quirks, it's a perfectly acceptable infotainment system. For an 8-passenger SUV, the Honda Pilot feels totally manageable. It's maneuverable in tight quarters, and sightlines out of the vehicle are really good. Around corners, it steers with confidence, while at the same time delivering a plush ride and minimal interior noise.
Powering all Pilots is a 3.5-liter V6 that provides more than adequate acceleration and a tow capacity up to 5,000 pounds. Managing the V6's output is a 6-speed automatic in lower trims and, in the Touring and Elite trims, a 9-speed. Besides 50% more gear changes, the 9-speed also promises a 1 mpg bump in city driving. Adding $1,800 worth of all-wheel drive drops both city and highway fuel economy by 1 mpg regardless of transmission.
Speaking of the transmission, it's controlled by this push-button unit, which I'm not sure is necessarily better than a proper shift lever. It takes up roughly the same amount of space, and unlike a shift lever, you don't know tactily what you've selected. Like this is an R for reverse, you have to see the green light. I guess we're in reverse. Morse code says push button equals better. That's just science.
For everyone who hates progress, just know the 6-speed trades all these fancy buttons for a traditional gear selector. Including destination charges, a base front-wheel drive Honda Pilot slides in under $31,000, while a loaded all-wheel drive Elite trim tops out at more than $47,000, prices that compare favorably to the Nissan Pathfinder, Toyota Highlander, and Ford Explorer. Honda's historically strong resale values further bolster the Pilot's value proposition. Like most Hondas, equipment on the Pilot is determined by trim level, simultaneously simplifying and complicating the purchase decision. Among the standard features are a multi-angle rear-view camera, 3-row side curtain airbags, Bluetooth, 1 USB port, while higher trims feature up to 5, and push-button start, though unlocking the base LX trim still requires using the fob. Available add-ons include rear seat entertainment, heated and ventilated front seats, heated second-row seats, 3-zone climate control, blind spot warning or Honda's lane watch but not both, and Honda Sensing, a package that bundles lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control, collision warning with automatic braking, and road departure mitigation.
I guess it shouldn't be surprising, but when you take compelling features, cram them in an utterly logical interior, wrap it all up in tasteful styling, and then you cap it off with Honda's renowned reliability, the result is a mid-size SUV that's hard to beat.